Hello everybody and welcome to this CaberCam video. Today we're not actually going to be showing off, we're not actually going to be casting. Today we're actually going to be showing off our current HUD setup. I figured this would be a very nice way for some fellow casters to see how we have things set up. So just before I actually hop into this, I definitely want to give a big shout out to Blue and GentlemanJon, two fantastic developers in the TF2 community that are single-handedly or dual-handedly or quad-handedly or whatever. They do have two hands, I assume. They are completely bringing TF2 into the competitive scene and making it worthy of being a competitive title in comparison to other games like CSGO and Dota and that kind of thing, because Valve has neglected us. But anyway, so I'm just going to show off quickly what we have set up. I do have a keyboard here so you can actually see what I'm doing. This is actually a match. Oh, that's not even in the right config. This is actually a match that has a pause that happens about 2 minutes in, but we're just going to leave the match happening in the background. I think we've already casted this one before. So quickly here, I'm just going to pause it. So let's just go over the binds quickly. Numpad 0 pauses, unpauses demos. Numpad 1 will open the demo UI. What else do I have? I have Numpad 2 bound to HUD reload scheme. So in case pauses happen, that should theoretically fix it. So we're obviously, when we do go into this match later on, we will not have a working UI fully because of Valve has neglected us, but because the actual delay for Spec TV, which is about, I think it's 2 minutes on default, it takes that long for the HUD to actually be fixed after a pause happens if you're viewing in a Spec TV or some kind of demo or something. If you're a player, then the HUD obviously is fixed immediately. So we have to force it to fix, and then we have to wait a little while. So that's why I have that bound to 2. 9 is for loading our Highlander config on num9. Num6 is for 6's config, and num3 is for 4's config. You can see that we have names appear in 4's just because there are few enough players that it doesn't actually crowd the screen. And it's kind of nice to have, but for 6's and 9's, it's obviously going to incredibly crowd the screen. There is a mini-map brought in here by Spec Tools from GentlemanJon, and that is bound to toggle from num+. Unfortunately, this is on Coal Plant, and that is not a currently supported map, so it shows an image of Granary, and things are totally misaligned. So we're just going to hide that for now. So covering what we actually have here in the interface, you can actually see my cursor. So this bar up here is actually the team health bar. This is everything you see here is mostly Spec Tools unless I say otherwise. The outlines on players that happen through walls. Here, let me resume and then move around. You can see that we can see them through walls. That's actually from Blue and his AdvSpec plugin. Let's hop over to 6 so we don't crowd the screen again. That is actually Blue and his AdvSpec plugin. That is not Spec Tools, but still a great plugin to have. They both work together very well. So back to Spec Tools. This blue bar up here is part of, oh, and I forgot to mention, this is Yahud from someone, and I forgot his name. But, yeah, so if you're wondering what the HUD is, that is Yahud, Y-A-H-U-D. This is FLV Blue, slightly altered. For example, we can see the characters here instead of it just being a blue background. But anyway, back to Spec Tools, finally. So this blue bar up here is the team health bar. As players die or get overhealed even, you can see the obvious average. It's like a total health maximum, and then it goes over if they're overhealed or whatever. So if Blue is missing a lot of players in a battle, their health bar is going to be much lower than Red's if Red has those players. You can see here that Blue obviously has quite a few overheals going out, whereas Red doesn't, and Red's health bar does not line up with Blue's. They are a little bit lower. This obviously doesn't matter too much since it's in the pregame, but it's an easy way to turn the tide of the battle. So up top, this is actually the only mention I'm going to say of this. This is something called StreamControl. If I turn it off, all that's actually in game for me is the timer up here. This is the cough timer. Since this is a King of the Hill map, when I re-enable it, there's a beautiful animation that comes in here. I can change any bit. Oh, I have to click here. I can change any bit of this interface. I can change the names here. I can change what division or what league or whatever format this is. I can change the win conditions. I can quickly update the numbers. I can change the country flags, all by using the StreamControl plugin or program that I'm just going to show off quickly here. So let's say I want to change their ducks per interface to Bud Squad. All I have to do is hit save, and then it quickly slides in there on the top. So let's just go back to ducks per interface. Let's say ducks per interface prior to this had 3 points and error 404 heart not found had 2. I could just hit save and those numbers quickly phase in. I can swap them and they'll swap into place. Let's just swap them again and lower the numbers because that hasn't actually happened. What else can I do? I can change the flag name. We can make the ducks per interface from the EU. We can make error 404 heart not found from Denmark even, if we would like to, and just hit save, and the flags will quickly update to respect that, or to reflect that. I can change the win condition to say, instead of first to 5, let's say this was a payload map, so we'll say best time. Hit save, and that will quickly phase in. We can change this to be season 15 because that's what we're going to be going into soon, and that'll change. Really, this is a very flexible and customizable setup. This overlay and setup and everything are not actually native with StreamControl, but I will bundle a package together in the video description showing that off. What was this? First to 5. Hit save on that. But other than that, it's a fantastic tool. Obviously, these are from the US, but this is a fantastic tool, and I forget who put this together. I will link to the StreamControl download in the description as well. Because it's simply fantastic. I don't actually have it in game, but I can quickly, and I do have to update the scoreboard manually, but it's still, I haven't found an overlay that actually works better. Plus, it's its own separate thing that works in, here, I'm just going to hide this now because we don't need it. It works in both OBS and XSplit. Natively with XSplit, and OBS requires just a little bit of work, but it's an overlay rather than being part of your actual screen. The advantage to that being that you don't have to capture the game window as if it were pixel for pixel. You can use the game capture, which is far more efficient. And then you don't have any performance issues on your end besides the encoding itself, which I have actually set up to offload with QuickSync at a 35. Actually, no, I think at 1700 kilobits a second for Twitch streaming, just because I don't have partnership yet, so I can't transcode, and then people get buffer issues. So it's on 1700 now, but I would normally do about 3500 kilobits per second. But anyway, what was I on? So the StreamControl is not part of your screen. It appears just as an overlay through your actual your actual software, but there are huge performance improvements or huge performance advantages of that, which is definitely something I like. Another thing here, which you can't actually see right now, I will have to enable this manually from Spec Tools, is health bars. So I have it normally bound to do health on hit, which is a new feature. That essentially makes it so that a health bar only shows up after someone takes damage, and then it fades off slightly after that. But just for clarity's sake, you'll be able to see it here. These health bars are... Obviously, this doesn't work in actual competitive TF2. You do need the insecure flag for this plugin, but it's just invaluable to watch the tide of battle. You can see how close that specific medic is that you're watching to being taken down by that scout that's going for the pick. You can watch just how overhealed one team is versus the other quickly without actually having to line up numbers and look at the scoreboard and everything. You can also, this is something I've set up personally, I will also include a link to our config. I can hold, I believe it's Shift. Yeah, you can see that I'm holding Shift here, and it hides all health bars. Oh, quickly, I can also hit numpad delete, and that'll toggle them. But I can hold Shift, and that hides all health bars, and then I can hit a number to selectively enable and disable health bars. So let's say I'm doing 1, which is for scouts, at least on my 6's config. 1 is scouts, 2 is the second scout. They'll both work. 3 is soldiers. It hides the health bar for the current soldier, so that's why we only see 1. 4 is also soldier, 5 is demo, and 6 is medic. You can also do combinations, so let's do soldier, medic and scouts, and we can see the other scout health bar over there. This is a fantastic way you can just quickly, of course, releasing shift will unhide all of them. We do see the demo is there now. But this is just a fantastic way to quickly see how the picks are going. You can see the flank, but it's only the flank, so other health bars don't crowd it up. It's just a fantastic tool. Really big props to GentlemanJon for implementing that. So we'll just load our config again so that they are health on hit, and I think that's everything. There is a medic notification that pops up when they change their medigun. It does appear about here. It's just a text notification that says what they switch it to and what player did, but I don't think that actually ever happens in this game. So quickly we'll just resume this game and fast forward. I think we resume at about 2 minutes in. So we'll just wait a few seconds for that to start up, and then you'll be able to see how everything works. Also, I should mention quickly, while we're just waiting for this to get started, those numbers that I have set up for filtering also allow you to switch between classes instantly. So if I want to switch to the first and second scouts on blue, we're just going to hop over to blue right now. We have the first scout, 1, second scout, 2, first soldier, 3, second soldier, 4, demo, 5, and medic, 6. 7 is for sniper, for off-classing. 8 is for heavy. 9 is for pyro. 0 is for energy, and dash is for spy. That, of course, assumes that we don't have double off-classes as the same class, which is uncommon, but I have seen dual snipers before. Very odd to see it happen, but it happens. And then, of course, function keys allow you to use the red variant of that. So F1 and F2 are the scouts. 3 and 4 are soldier. 5 and 6 are demo and medic. 7 is sniper. 8 is 8 is heavy. 9 is pyro. 10 is NG, and 11 is spy. These are just the 6's configs. If we load up the 9v9 config here, you see that I did that on the numpad. 1 is actually this is I can't even. Okay, so this is actually done. Yeah, no shit. This is actually done in this order. So we have 1 being scout, 2 being soldier, 3 being pyro, 4 demo, 5 heavy, 6 engineer, 7 medic, 8 sniper, and 9 spy. Those are not actually the normal internal values, but that is what it uses for 9v9 for Highlander. I totally forgot what the forests are, but you know they are there. So just hopping back into the 6s, we can quickly see that the health bars do show up only when someone takes damage, and then they fade off for a little while after that. So as this scout goes away out of the battle, his health bar does slowly fade out of existence. It will reappear if he ever does take damage again. This can, of course, be disabled with the spec player health on hit 0. Wow, I can't type today. And then health bars always appear. They appear to be fading, actually. I'm not entirely sure why. I thought I disabled it. Yeah, they're disabled. I'm not really sure. Oh, it's because distance. Distances will... so once a player gets too far away from the camera, the health bar does fade away so that they don't crowd it up if they just respawn. And you're on the battlefield watching the battle, their health bar doesn't appear. These numbers are different for 9s, 6s, and Highlander. Or for 9s, 6s, and 4s. But, of course, they are more aggressive for 9s because you have 18 players versus just having 12 or 8. And they're much less aggressive with 4 because each player is much more valuable overall. So we don't actually have that fading here right now. This is back on the health on hit. That is part of my config. I believe that is what I'm going to be staying with. It's just a fantastic way for you to see only the people that actually matter in the current battle. Of course, we do have the beautiful respawn timers on the left, and these colors are all synced up from Spec Tools. Let's just fast forward a little bit here. Oops, out of chat. Just fast forward a little bit here. So let's say one team does manage to cap this point. Okay, we'll be fast forwarding a little bit more because it was contested. This is too close of a game for me. Just trying to demonstrate the actual win. Come on, people. Stop playing so good. so well. More contesting. They just don't want me to have this done. Alright, here we go. So now let's say the team wins quickly. Oh, we go back to our main because that was actually the last demo. But the team ends quickly. Here, let's just hop into another match. This one's going to be, this is a 5 CP map. I believe this is on Badlands. I think it's Bud Squad versus someone I forget. But anyway, so let's just say they got the 1 point there. I believe Duxbury Interface won. So we just quickly, checking StreamControl, we just quickly up their count here. Put 1 and then hit save and it phases in. Just fantastic stuff. You can quickly swap if it hits the mid-round. The score swap with it. This is overall this is a great plugin, and I can't even fathom what could be improved. Apparently, there was somebody on the forums, just quickly checking, it was Suyo, S-U-Y-O, from Germany, who is looking into making a complete UI replacement for the Spectator UI, and that alone would be fantastic, because then we wouldn't have issues regarding pauses causing freezes. We wouldn't have, here, let's just hide the StreamControl. Just hop right over to the medic. See, it's so nice to be able to have that, and I think, yeah, I will definitely include these configs for other streamers to use. Yeah, it's great. I can't even begin to explain how fantastic it is. So thanks for watching. This is our current setup, and I believe this is what it's going to be staying on for a while, but I will update with any changes. This med, oh, he gets out with 7 health. Just barely Whisker Biscuit getting out of that fight. But yeah, anyway, we will see you all next time whenever we are casting. I believe that's actually going to be tonight. So this is Monday the 5th. So be sure to stay tuned for that. ESEAA is just wrapping up now. And UGC and CEVO are both done. UGC will resume on May 19th, so we can get back to casting them. I'm not quite sure when CEVO starts up again. Now, ESEAA is going to take a little while, but UGC should be fun. I'm not sure what we'll do on the days that UGC doesn't cast, or doesn't play, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of this kind of thing. You can also follow us on Twitch so that you get notifications whenever we go live, and join our Steam group for the same thing, just on a different platform. And see you all next time.